Hello everybody, it is Saturday morning and I am in the shop. I just came down from the loft where I grabbed all of this stuff. It's the exhaust port and the attachment pieces up here for my air conditioner. Air conditioner is right back there. It is right there. And we're going to get that installed in the window, and I'm going to get the window. It's hard when you're moving. I'm going to get that installed in the window and get the air conditioner going. So if I do shoot any video today, I don't know what I'm going to do today, but if I do shoot any video, you're going to hear an air conditioner in the background. I am not going to suffer. It is just miserably hot out here and humid, and that'll take all the humidity out of the air and should make it feel relatively nice in here. Don't know what I'm going to do today. I have no plans. I'm going to start by cleaning. I've got a little bit of clutter, and I've made up my mind that I want to try to keep the shop as clutter-free as possible, because having all these work surfaces has been great. I just go from one to the next, and you know, I can do multiple things at once. I have no projects going right now, but it's great to have that space, so when I do, I can just stop anywhere and work. So we're going to clean up real quick, and then we're going to see what we can get into. I'm not sure exactly what I'll do today. I'll keep you guys posted, I promise. Well, we're all set up here in the shop. I've got the exhaust port out the window. I went ahead and set this on top of my maker cart. And I was a little nervous about it at first, but I got to thinking, if I clamp something on the back here where this can't, because my air conditioner is on wheels, it won't be able to roll off. There's about a 1/4 inch drop here. The back wheels are here, the front wheels are up here. That'll keep it from rolling off the back if I bump the cart. From side to side and from back to front, I think I got plenty of room. And I also want to put it up in the air because cold air is heavy and it's going to drop, so it's going to blow out and drop, and that way maybe I could get a little bit of an area up here to where as I'm passing through or whatever, I can get some nice cool air. So we'll see how this works. If it doesn't work, I can always move it back to the floor. Just thought I'd try it out for the heck of it. Well, I don't exactly know if this will work or not, but this is a tube that's been drilled out to 1/4 inch, which is the ID of a brass tube. And then I turned it down to the diameter of a bushing, and I'm going to press it into a pin kit. I'm going to go ahead right now before I press it together though and make a tube for the back half of the pin. So keep your fingers crossed this works. I don't expect it to be perfect for my first one, but this is a learning experience, and this is where it all starts right here. Okay guys, I want to show you how things turned out. This is one of the tubes I made. I did not put brass inside of them. I went ahead and drilled them to 1/4 inch, which is the ID of the brass tube. And here's my bushing, which I did not use for turning. I used calipers, but look at that fit. I feel really good about that. So we're going to go ahead now, and I'm going to press this into a pin kit and just for the heck of it, see how it looks. I'm going to use the bushing just because I don't want to take a chance at damaging the end of the blank. Grab our nib. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Super nice fit right there. That's really cool. Now we're going to try our transmission, see if we can get that pressed into the other end of the tube. Whoa, look at that. That's funny. The transmission just a little too loose on this end of the tube. A little disappointed about that. Let me try one of the other tubes. No. I think what it is I think these must be a little tighter than 1/4 inch. So what I'm going to have to do is make another set of these, and I'm going to have to sleeve them for tubes and epoxy tubes in there. Boy, I'm wondering let me put a little thought into this. Maybe I can sleeve this in by just drilling it out and epoxying a tube in there, and then I can press this in. So we're not going to give up on this just yet. I can hold this in my collet and maybe, just maybe, sleeve it for a tube. Let me go work on that and see what I come up with. I'll go ahead and press the cap section of the pin together. That's pretty loose also. I thought I could drill that to 1/4 inch, which was, well, you know what? Let me grab my calipers. Let's try something here. Hang on. Got my calipers zeroed out. The inside diameter of a tube is about 6.30, 6.31. The inside diameter of my tube is about 6.40, so I'm about 1/100th larger on the diameter. So let me see if I can sleeve those. Maybe I can go back and just sleeve the end of them. I'll come back and see what happens. I went ahead and put these into the collet chuck and drilled them out to 7 millimeters. And then I took and dipped all 4 of these into a jar of acetone. I have some hemostats, and I put it down in the jar of acetone and just shook it around a little bit to get any oily residue, because I use a little oil to help keep the bit cool when I drill. Once they came out of the acetone, I dried them off. I'm going to scuff these up, mix up some epoxy, and we're going to get these tubes glued inside of these blanks. We'll let them dry, and then we ought to be able to press our parts together and make a nice looking pin. I really think I should be able to do this without using these. 1/4 inch was just a little too big. I need to check my bits, check the inside of these tubes with my calipers, and I'll find a bit in my set that is more suited to this, so that I don't have to sleeve these, because I really don't want to sleeve them if I don't have to. So I'll keep you guys posted. I'm going to get these glued up, and maybe we'll get them put together later today. Well, guys, I got the brass tubes glued inside of the aluminum blanks, letting them dry. Overall, I'm happy. For the first thing I ever turned on this lathe, I'm happy with how they turned out. It took a really long time because I was really taking my time to make sure I didn't screw anything up. And what I ended up screwing up was the diameter of the ID of the brass tube. I should have taken a measurement. I've got a box of I don't know how many drill bits over there, so no doubt I have the proper size. But I just made the assumption that it was 1/4 inch. I don't know where I got that number. It's something I just pulled out of my head and used. And so it was just a little too loose to press the parts in. Disappointed about that because I didn't want to have to sleeve it, but it is what it is. Once the epoxy dries, I will press that pin together and I'll show you guys what it looks like. So I think it's going to be kind of cool. It's a novelty item. It'll be something I can just kind of leave here on the bench and talk about every now and then. So for me, that's good enough. I really haven't done anything constructive today that would warrant making a video for you guys. I've just been really just goofing off. And oh yeah, this thing right here, this handle worked great. I was just going to relieve the tension on my belts real quick. I don't know, I'm going to goof around a little more, see if I can find something. I wouldn't mind actually doing a project, you know, and having a video together for you guys in a few days if I can find something to do. Let me see what kind of trouble I can get into. I'll keep you posted. I've given the epoxy plenty of time to dry. I'm ready now to go ahead and attempt pressing this pin together one more time. Show you that real quick before I continue. Got a really nice fit there. And now we'll press our transmission in. Just going to press it up to the brass, and then we'll test. Whoa. All right, as you can see, we're just a little bit shy. The nib is barely poking through. So we're going to go ahead now and give it another press. There's this little ring right here. I know that's hard to see. Let me adjust for you. There we go. a little sort of a notch right there. I'm going to press into that point and see how it works. Everything's fitting really tight now, so I'm happy about that. Give it another quick test. That's much better. I like that. All right, we'll put our ring on. Let me adjust the camera. I found the focus kind of goes out when you jump back and forth from the camera to the table. Okay, let's grab this. Pop that in there. We'll put the bushing in. Oh, nice fit, and the clip is holding there really tight. Let me pull the bushing out. Bring that up and show you. Let me adjust the focus. Very nice. Let's go ahead and get this pin put together. Hope you can see it okay. It's a true slimline. I need to take it over and buff it just a little bit because I'm trying to get a good, let me get that out of the way. Maybe I can focus better. There we go, that's a little better. It is a true slimline. Looks like I got a little epoxy there. I'll take this over to the buffing wheels and I'll buff it up a little bit. We'll clean that off and it should look really nice. Hey everybody, I'm about to call it a day. I am wore out. It's been a long day. Let me show you where I'm at on the lathe. This is the section that I'm working on. It's already threaded, and this is the mandrel, so it's threaded and screwed into that mandrel. It's already drilled on the inside. It's got the shoulder as well as the nose section to house a Parker refill. And the refill goes in, see that little mark there? It goes in about that far. And so it'll go in about there. So I need to take about that much off the end of it. I left that because I don't like to drill all the way to the end and then put a live center on there, because if there's a hole there, the live center will wallow it out. This way I've got a flat space, no hole in it. It won't hurt anything, and then I can just come back and when once I get done with, this is at 12 millimeters in diameter, so I'm ready to start shaping it into a grip for the section. And as I start to take this down to a point, I'll just continue to bring it back until the nib of my ink refill sticks through. So I'm done for tonight though. Even though I've got the air conditioner running out here, it is just hot and I'm exhausted from the heat. So I'm gonna go in, call it a night, and just get a shower, get something to eat, relax a little bit, and I'm gonna try to get back out here tomorrow afternoon. We'll see how it goes. I'll keep you guys posted. Take care and thanks for hanging out with me.